Big news for those looking to secure U.S. residency through investment. The EB-5 investor visa program has undergone some major changes. And whether you're an aspiring investor or just someone curious about how wealthy individuals turn dollars into green cards, this update is one to watch. The EB-5 program, for those unfamiliar, allows foreign investors to gain U.S. residency by investing in job-creating projects. The idea is simple. Inject money into the economy, create jobs for Americans, and in return, you get a green card. Sounds like a win-win, right? But if it were truly that simple, you wouldn't need a lawyer, a stack of documents, and the patience of a saint to navigate it. Now, let's dive into what's changing. First, the most significant adjustment: investment thresholds. Previously, the minimum investment amount was $1,050,000 or $800,000 for projects in targeted employment areas, which are typically rural or high unemployment regions. With the new changes, these thresholds are increasing. The standard amount has now risen to $1,200,000, while the TE minimum is $900,000. In other words, the government just said, "You want in? Pay up." But before you panic, this adjustment aligns with inflation. After all, the last time these thresholds were updated, gas was cheaper, and Netflix was still mailing DVDs. Next up, priority processing for rural TEA projects. The government has realized that rural areas need more love, aka investment, and they're offering faster application processing for those who choose these projects. Think of it like the TSA pre-check for investors. If you're willing to park your money in a rural development, you might get through the line faster than those aiming for prime urban projects. It's their way of saying, sure, you can invest in a shiny downtown skyscraper, but if you pick a small-town business, we'll roll out the red carpet. Here's where it gets more interesting. More oversight and transparency requirements. Under the revised rules, regional centers, which pool EB-5 investments for larger projects, now face stricter reporting standards. They'll need to provide more detailed updates to investors about where their money is going and how many jobs are being created. So, if you've ever worried that your investment might go towards, say, building a yacht for the project manager instead of jobs for American workers, these new rules aim to ease those fears. Still, the paperwork? Oh, it's about as much fun as watching paint dry. On tax documents, the new rules add layers of documentation requirements, which might feel like the government saying, "We trust you, but not really." For families considering EB-5, there's also some good news. The changes allow for greater flexibility in dependence applications. If a dependent child turns 21 during the application process, they're less likely to age out and lose eligibility. Parents everywhere are breathing a collective sigh of relief because, let's face it, navigating U.S. immigration laws while planning a teenager's birthday party is the ultimate stress test. Another big change: job creation calculations. Under the new requirements, investors and developers will need to be more precise about the types of jobs their projects create. Gone are the days of vague promises like, "It'll create jobs." Probably. Now, investors need to prove that their projects will generate substantial long-term employment. Of course, not everyone's thrilled about these updates. Some critics argue that higher investment thresholds could price out middle-tier investors from developing nations. It's like the government put up a velvet rope and said, "Sorry, this party is VIP only." But others say these changes are long overdue, helping to ensure the program's integrity and aligning it with current economic realities. Now, here's a little funny twist to lighten the mood. Imagine explaining the EB-5 process to your friends. Wait, so you give the US government $1 million and they give you a green card? Basically, yes. And if the project doesn't work out, well, you might lose the money and the green card. So it's like playing Monopoly, but the banker has a legal degree? Exactly. One thing is certain. These changes make the EB-5 program more structured and appealing to serious investors, while reducing opportunities for misuse. Whether this results in more successful investments or just more frustrated applicants remains to be seen. Thanks for tuning in to learn about the latest EB-5 changes. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more insights into immigration, investment, and the evolving global landscape.